Hi, buddy, Paul Long. Having a great week. Wanted to share with you a really good question that I get asked a lot about offline and online marketing. And a lot of the time, estate agents and letting agents will ask, should I use offline and online marketing separately, or can I use them together? Is that something that you recommend? Now, going forward, I strongly recommend that you consider using both together. And we've already seen some amazing results from this. And an example of this is where perhaps offline, you're using letters, perhaps leaflet dropping, and then online, perhaps you're using methods like social media, Facebook advertising, or something similar. Now, using together, you can see some really powerful results. And the reason for this is probably because the number of touch points that we need to get someone to see now, to see our brand and service is increasing all the time. It used to be around sort of 8 to 12 touch points before someone might consider using your brand or service or buying a product. Now they're thinking that maybe it's even 20, 30 or even more. And there was recent research on this that sort of backed this up. They reckon we see now around about 5,000 adverts a day, online and offline. So the need to obviously be reminded what we've seen is important. And they also say we only loosely recall around about 4 or 5 of those adverts. So 4 or 5 of those 5,000 adverts every day, we sort of remember what we've seen. So touch points are really important. And this can be achieved in a very powerful way from offline and online marketing. So for agents, some of the fantastic results I've seen is when agents are probably leaflet dropping and dropping personal letters to a certain road or postcode, but at the same time they are running a Facebook advert to that exact location also. And you can do this on Facebook. You can target right down to postcode. So a lot of people aren't aware of that. You can target down to postcode. So your adverts are only showing in that road or location. You can get down further than that. That's a little bit more advanced, but postcode is quite simple to do. And you can run a campaign that same week that you're putting leaflets out in that area, and then perhaps you're putting personal letters out later on. And we see some amazing results from this. A lot of the time, agents are saying that people are coming back much more often. And I think one of the key things here to take away as well is think about using very personal content as well. So we spoke there about a personal letter in the mix as well. I do believe that's really important, because what we have seen is that when agents are mixing in a personal letter to that road or location, the results are a lot higher. And when I talk about personal, I mean a letter that is actually pointing out key features about that property, or perhaps key features about that location, why you think a property in that location would sell quickly. If the property's on the market, why you think that you could do something different, and how you can obviously point out the key benefits again of that home or property. They are seeing some fantastic results with that, but also at the same time we are driving adverts to that location, and also there's mass leaflet drops going on in that area as well. Now, the other things you can do, don't forget that if you're doing the Facebook advertising, put the agent in the video. I know we don't all like doing videos, but if you can make sure that that agent who's going on that name of that letter, and perhaps even on the leaflet, if they're all on those touch points, then obviously you're building that know, like, and trust. But also you're positioning yourself as that authority figure and that person that they should come to and talk to. Perhaps they're already on the market, they need another direction, and they feel that this person's shown enough of themselves, or shown that they know what they're talking about. They're getting familiar with them. That's the other key word, that they're familiar with you because they've seen your video with the Facebook advert. They've seen obviously the letter with your name and perhaps picture on, and even the leaflet, which perhaps has got your information on as well. So touch points really important. Another thing to consider, another thing that we are seeing working really well is online valuation tools to offline. So what I mean by that is someone will do an online valuation, and then the agent will send out a letter or a postcard to that person. Don't just rely on that person coming to you just from seeing your online valuation tool and seeing more of your adverts. That does work, and we do get results from that. But increasing the chances of that happening is by having multiple touch points. And one of them is, again, something coming through the door, because perhaps when they did that online valuation, it was useful, but they just weren't ready. Letter comes through the door, they read it, they physically got something from you. Really powerful way to take those online valuations forward. And think about also online valuations where they haven't gone through the full process as well. So if you're getting addresses, but they're not going through with the process, write to them, and again, just confirm that you can help them. You've sold properties in that road or location, and would they like a guide to the value of their home? You'll be surprised how many people respond perhaps to offline who initially started the process online. So a few ideas there, which I hope help. Let me know what you're doing. Would love to know if you're using offline and online together. Perhaps you're using QR codes. Perhaps there's other things that you're doing. Put them in the comments. Don't forget, if you need help with your Facebook adverts or posts, to download our Facebook ads template, which will give you a number of tips and advice on what we're doing to generate and attract seller landlord leads. You'll find it in this post, and look forward to talking to you all very soon. Thanks, then.